Welcome everybody to the X Factor podcast. Today, you already know we are getting right into it with a great episode. Today we're going to get into it with Monday Night Raw review. We have a lot to talk about from last night. Next week, we're going to be starting full-on episodes with NFL talk, NBA talk, anything out of the ordinary. Give me some of your hot takes in the comments below, or follow the Twitter XFactorMG and let me know some of your hot takes down below. And I'll review them. And we'll get right through all that. So, the show started off with Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley. Pretty much just taking shots at Cody Rhodes. We'll start off with Cody Rhodes and all that. And Cody Rhodes wanted to fight Dominic Mysterio. Well, we didn't really get that from last night, so we'll have to wait until Saturday for that. But I've been hearing a lot of talk about if Cody Rhodes, has gone downhill since WrestleMania, and the answer to that is no. I don't think there's not been a downhill for Cody Rhodes. It's just you need him to have an example why he cannot face Roman Reigns or why he can't face Seth Rollins. You have to have all these people in the way. Kind of like with Roxanne Perez, she could go right after the women's title, but guess what? She's not, because she's dealing with Blair Davenport right now. So that could be a reason why she can't go after that title. So, and with Cody Rhodes, and plus, people say they want new stars, but the minute they try to put a big star with someone that's not as much of a big star, they complain about it. So it's kind of hard to sit there and go, well, what else do you want us to do? When whenever you say you want a new star, when they try to give you a new star, boom, they block it. Because a year ago, everyone wanted Dominic Mysterio out of the freaking roster. And now, suddenly, everyone, they just want him. They want him there. But like I said, there's nothing you can really do about it. It's just one of those little things that, they made him turn heel, join Rhea Ripley, and I think they've done perfect since then. Cody Rhodes, I think he's one of the best storytellers in the business. You can't tell me otherwise. I think you could really... Cody Rhodes, as of late, has really been looked like the guy that they want to make the number one guy in WWE. He has the look and everything. He has everything you need. He has the look, he has the body, and he has the wrestling ability. And he is entertaining. He's one of the best storytellers in the business. But with Dominic Mysterio, I think this helps him, because if you notice, his heel heat wasn't getting any larger than what it was last couple of weeks up until this rivalry started, because it was starting to slow down a little bit. So now you need to be, who is the next biggest babyface we can put up there? And Cody Rhodes is one of them. Him and Ray are two of the biggest babyfaces right now in WWE. So you put them together, boom, that's what you get out of it. That's pretty much what I got out of it. But the start of the show, I thought it was good, so we'll get into that a little bit later on. But the first match we got on the night was actually Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The build up to Money in the Bank, I feel like the competitors have been good, especially with Shinsuke and Ricochet. But the fact that they added Bronze and Reed into this little trio thing here, I feel like it makes it a lot better. I feel like Triple H is now trying to build mid-carders up. Now, and Shinsuke, he is not a mid-card guy by any means. He's a main eventer. But he can work with those mid-card guys like Ricochet and Bronson Reed and make them look like main event stars, and that's how you get into main event status. And I like what they're doing with Shinsuke right now. It helps him, get his eye off, the world title and go after Money in the Bank. And I really want to see Shinsuke go after that world title at some point, because I feel like that would be a fun watch for me, in my opinion. And Ricochet, I feel like the popularity for him is getting bigger by the week, maybe. It's how it feels a little bit, maybe. But I feel that they could really make something out of him. He just needs a better. He's not the best at promos, but like I've always said, you can turn that into with best of the backstage veterans. You can really fix it in a month or so. So that's pretty much what I got off that. The match overall, I thought it was good. I like what I've always liked Shinsuke's wrestling style. I'm slowly liking the New Japan style of wrestling, because to me it's just very entertaining to watch. And with Shinsuke, he has a major impact in New Japan, so I feel that, you know, watching Shinsuke just makes everything better. Ricochet, he's one of the best high flyers in WWE right now, outside of Rey Mysterio. And I like the match is beautiful. I liked what they did with Bronson Reed getting him kicked out. I'm hoping we get a triple threat for like a number one contendership later on, with like for Gunther or something, because that would be pretty cool. Because it'd be two guys that have lost to Gunther versus a guy in Bronson Reed who's never faced Gunther, and that would be a pretty interesting match to watch. Not gonna lie to you. So, but that's what I got out of the first match. I thought the first match was really well. I feel like it was a really good start to the show. But then we have to get into Ronda and Shayna, or Ronda Rousey versus Raquel Rodriguez, and a singles match, which they're going to be defending their titles. Ronda and Shayna are going to be defending the titles against Liv and Raquel at Money in the Bank. But they got Raquel and Shayna, or Raquel versus Ronda Rousey last night, and the match overall I thought it was alright. I felt that it was a little short. It felt short to me. But I felt like they could do something well. There was nothing really wrong with the match. I like how it was, and the time they got was just a little short, but the time that they did get, I feel like they got what they could have done. I like the finish. I feel like Ronda is slowly getting better in the ring. Promo wise, I feel like she needs a lot of work. And like I said, that's something they could fix down the road sometime. And that's just really what I have on that. But the match overall, I thought it was great. Overall, who I think is gonna win? I think if they want to keep the rivalry going, I think Shayna and Ronda should win. But if they just want to get rid of Ronda and Shayna like that and just get over with it, I think then Liv and Raquel win the match. But that's overall what I think. So, but we have to get into some good stuff with Seth Rollins, the world champion, facing Finn Balor this Saturday at Money in the Bank, and it's going to be a good one. I have a feeling this is going to be a real good matchup between Finn and Seth. They had a video package with Finn, which I thought was really well. They did really good on the video package. So, and then with Seth coming to the ring, he of course Carmelo Hayes was there. He invited Carmelo Hayes, and Seth was like, "Well, this is the type of Finn we want, that I wanted." All that kind of stuff. Pretty much talking about how he's just gonna win, and then out of nowhere, Finn Balor gets in the ring and takes him out. He was gonna hit him. He was gonna get him with a chair, but Carmelo Hayes got in the middle of it, and then Seth Rollins got him. We did get a match between Carmelo Hayes and Finn Balor later on in the night, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But that was just a little thing from Seth. Seth and Finn, I feel, after their match at 2016, I feel like when Finn got hurt, I felt like he should have gotten his proper rematch, and he got his proper rematch against Brock Lesnar, which we all know Brock was just going to destroy him. And then he had his rematch for Universal title against Roman, lost. So he did get his rematch, but the Seth Rollins, is really what's getting him at that point, because, well, Finn Balor got hurt for facing Seth, so he couldn't have his full. Because I feel like if Finn never got hurt, he would have been one of the best guys in the company through 2016 to 2019. He would have been one of the best guys around there, but he got hurt, so it kind of hurt his momentum. And that's the thing that sucks when Vince was around. When people got hurt, their push stopped and they couldn't got back up. with Triple H, they bring them back and they try to put them back to where they were before, and that's what they really have been doing with pretty much any of the guys that's entered that have came back so far. Because like with Bayley, Damage Control, which I feel like has been a success. It's been underwhelming though, because I feel like Bayley should have beaten Bianca, but that's just really what I think. So, we were supposed to get Miz versus Tommaso Ciampa, in a rematch from last week after Ciampa beat the Miz. And Miz, I feel, the Miz took out Ciampa for the match, so we weren't able to get that match. My first thought was I liked how Ciampa's promo skills. Man, I forgot how good Ciampa's promo skills were. He is so good on the mic, and that's just one of the first things I noticed. But I noticed Miz got a better heel heat coming out of that than coming in. I feel like the Miz's heel heat has been top notch throughout most of his career, and as of late, Miz has been somewhat of a joke. He has been not like a joke, but like has been more of a, how do you put it? He's been more of a not as big heel as everyone expects him to be, is how I should put it. But that's really what you really get expected off of the Miz. Miz, you'd always expect him to have major heat going into any rivalry, going in, and this last year and a half now, he hasn't had that. Now I feel like with this stuff with Ciampa, it could really build his heel heat back up. Because I've said Miz has needed a rebuild. Like Natalya, like a lot of the older veterans in the locker room, some of them need a rebuild. And I feel like this could be the Miz's rebuild back to success to where he was before, and let's just hope that's what we get out of him. But Dominic Mysterio had a backstage segment saying he wanted to prove that he could face anyone he wants of his caliber, and he got Akira Tozawa, which I kind of figured was be Akira Tozawa. Match was alright. I thought the match was good. But there's nothing really much to talk about. Cody just beat Akira Tozawa, so. And then we got the Women's Money in the Bank Summit, which I didn't know what the fuck a summit was up until I was hoping they were all stand on the ladder like that 2016 Money in the Bank one from like Kevin Owens, Jericho, and all that. I thought that was probably the best one that we've had ever. The only thing I got off that Women's Summit was how bad some of them are on the mic. That's really what I've gotten off of it, is how bad some of them are on the mic. Bayley, I feel like she's good on the mic. Io Sky, I just cheer for what Io Sky says because I feel like she's just fucking entertaining. Zoe Stark, I feel like she needs to get better on the mic. And Trish, she has the promo style. It's just I don't think she's delivering it as well as many people thought. Because back in the 2000s, you were able to say whatever you want about anything and get away with it. Now it's like you're in a PG era. It's where like we need some delivery out of Trish. And I feel like we haven't had that from her. But that is just really what I've seen. So, and Zelina Vega, I feel like she's alright. She's not the best at it, but she's not the worst at it. She's right there in the middle. I feel like I said, a lot of this promo stuff can get fixed with some of the people in the locker room. And Becky, I feel like she's good on the mic any day of the week. But I thought the Women's Summit thing was alright. Nothing really much to talk about, but now we get into it with some of the last three matches. And I feel like every match tonight was good. There was no bad matches. That's the weird thing about Monday Night Raw. Because like usually you'll get that one bad match. We did not get one bad match, in my opinion. Because the last three matches I thought were fucking amazing. First, Gunther and Sami Zayn. Oh, we've already seen the back history with them the last month and a half now. I feel Gunther, I've seen the crowd reaction. He doesn't get much of a crowd reaction, as you noticed, as I would have been seeing. But Sami Zayn, of course, comes to a big ovation. I feel the match was good. The match was freaking amazing. My only concern is how Gunther hasn't gotten that heel crowd reaction. Because Gunther is amazing in the ring. On the mic, he's good. It's just the crowds, they're not giving them what they want. Or, it's not, in my opinion, it's not giving me, feels like that he's just this real heel guy. When it comes to Sami Zayn and Kevin, they're one of the best baby faces right now. And you know, I feel like the stuff with Gunther and Riddle, it should have given like a thing of like, you know, it should have given us like the spotlight of this could get Gunther the real heel heat, and it's got him heel heat, but I feel like it hasn't given us what I feel is what they've wanted. So, but the match overall I thought was good. Gunther obviously won. I feel like he should have a rematch with both Sami and Kevin and have it be a title match, because that'd be a good resume to have under his belt as Intercontinental Champion, is beating Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, two former Intercontinental Champions, and beating them in the way he did. So, and then also Baldy came back. Giovanni Vinci came back. So that was also, I thought when they kept talking about him leaving, I'm like, is he like fired or what? But he came back last night, so that was some good stuff. Finn Balor versus Carmelo Hayes, NXT champion. First off, Nick Khan said about a week or so ago that they wanted NXT to be the third brand. And well, I can see what they're trying to do here now with Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker. They're trying to make everyone know who these NXT guys are, because not everyone watches NXT. You know what I mean? But a lot of people in the crowd should know who Carmelo Hayes is. The NXT crowds are a lot better than the WWE crowds, in my opinion. But they're trying to show like who are these guys and all that stuff, which I like. And the match with Carmelo Hayes and Finn Balor I thought was good. I feel like Carmelo Hayes, once he gets on the main roster, should get a rematch. And the main storyline would be, well, when you beat me when I was NXT champion, I want my revenge type of thing. Finn Balor, like I said, I feel like he hasn't had this much momentum going into a pay-per-view, and like it feels like years now, in my opinion. Like, he has so much momentum, like, where you could really think that Finn could actually beat Seth Rollins. But will he beat Seth Rollins? That's the real question. I don't know. I don't think he will. I think Seth Rollins wins it. But that's just really what I got on that. That was a good match, but nothing really else to talk about on that. But the main event, Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest. Man, I love when Triple H gets cooking. And I have to talk about Vince McMahon here in a minute here, but I gotta love when Triple H cooks, because he cooks up some good stuff. Damian Priest and Cody Rhodes, the main event, that truly deserved to be a main event. And Gunther and Sammy could have been main event too, because that was a really good match. But that match with Damian and Cody, I feel like it helped. You know, he's pinned Finn Balor, he's pinned Damian Priest. Now all Cody has to do is pin Dom. And, you know, Rhea gets in the middle of it, which I feel like this Sunday we might see a Brandy Rhodes come back, which I feel like will be great. The match I feel is amazing. Damian Priest is up there as one of the best right now. His momentum after Backlash has been big. He has been one of the best right now, in my opinion. Cody Rhodes, like I said, best storyteller in the business. It's nothing really you can say about it, but I gotta get into it with Vince McMahon here, because Vince McMahon, you know, he said there was reports that he took, like, he was doing something with Raw, or like he would like, or he did redid the script for SmackDown, and well, SmackDown wasn't that good, and Nick Khan and Triple H are now trying to avoid it. First off, when Vince McMahon came back, why did anyone allow that man to come back when you knew something like this was going to happen? Like, how do you let this happen? It's ridiculous on how you just let that happen, in my opinion. Vince McMahon, I think he needs to stay away. Like, stay away from everything. Just like, go away, we don't want you here, in my opinion. I'm hoping we get that in the future, though, but that, I don't know, man. But that's all I got for today. You already know X Factor MG5654 for hot takes, or comment down below. Check the bio. Always got updates going in my bio on the videos. So y'all have a great day and stay blessed.